Right, we're going to be looking at the development of a square-to-square transition piece using the triangulation method. Right, the first thing is to look at the true lengths that I've got. I've got point views. If I've got a point view in one view, then I've got true lengths in the other view. If I've got lines that are parallel to an XY axis, if I drew an XY axis over here, I'd have a parallel line over here, parallel lines over there. Therefore, whatever these lines are over here, those would all be true lengths. So 2, 3, true length, BC, true length, ED, true length, 5, 4, true length. I've got true lengths between 1 and 2. I've got a true length between 1 and 5. And I've got a true length between 3 and 4 because of the point views that I've got. Right, there are lines here that are not true lengths. The reason being is that they are not parallel to the XY axis, like 5E. Over here, 5E, both of those lines are not parallel to an XY axis, therefore they can't be regarded as true lengths. So I'm going to have to find out what those true lengths are. Right, to start with, they've asked us to draw a weld seam from 1 to A. So I need to find out whether I've got a true length for that. I'm just going to draw in my XY axis so you can see this more clearly. If I have an XY axis over here, 1A, you can see it is parallel to the XY axis, therefore 1A over here is going to be a true length. So I can straight away take that length straight off there, 1A. I can come over here, plant that down, I can mark that off as being A over there and 1 over there. Draw that in dark straight away. All right, there's 1A done. Okay, I need to go from A to B. Right, have I got a true length distance? Yes, I do, because I've got a point view in that view over there. There's a point view of AB, so I can take AB over here, true length over there, take it across to A, and I make a little arc. Make a little arc going over there. Right, once I've got that little arc in place, I know that there's going to be a B somewhere along that arc. What I need to find is this true length distance between 1 and B. How do I find that? I take this distance off the top view from 1 to B, and I come to this graph over here, and I plant that down. So I've got that distance over there planted down at the base. The height of this is the height from the top to the bottom of this front view over here. So there's my true height of the whole object. There's my distance from 1 to B. Okay, so I say 1B over here, and I can draw a line that goes from the top of this graph down to B, and that over there is a true length distance of 1B. Once I've got that in place, come along here, take a true length distance from 1 to B. There it is. I'm going to go along to 1 over here, plant that down over there, and I can then draw a line going from A to B. There's B. I've just found B. And if I've drawn accurately, you should find that that is an exact 90 degree. Reason being is I've got a 90 degree over there. Right, I could draw in those little dotted lines going from 1 to B just to show the construction. It's not really necessary, but sometimes they give marks for construction methods. So there you go, 1 to B, there's my dotted line there, there's my dotted line there. Right, the next trick is to go from B down to 2. Do I have a true length distance of B2? No, I don't, so I need to take this distance off this top view, go to my graph over here, mark it off over there, take this true length distance. It should be exactly the same as 1B. If you look at it, that is an isosceles triangle, so those two lengths should be exactly the same. B to 2, I'm going to draw an arc over there. I don't yet have 2. How am I going to find that? Well, I need to find this true length distance between 1 and 2. Take that true length distance from 1 to 2, take it over here, arc off, and if I've drawn accurately again, I should have a 90 degree going between my 1 and my 2 over there. That should be a 90 degree. The reason being is that I've got a 90 degree over there. Right, I can now draw in B2. There's 2 over there. Draw in B2. Right, once I've got that in place, I need to go from B to C. Take that true length distance from B to C and draw an arc. I need the true length distance between 2 and C. I don't yet have that, so I need to take the true length distance from 2 to C, come along here, mark that off on the graph, take my point of the compass, extend it out to the true length distance, go to 2 over here, and I'm going to arc onto that point C over there. Right, I'm just going to draw in 2C so that you can see it on the graph more easily. There it is, 2C, 2C over there. Right, once I've got that in place, I can then draw in line going from B to C, and I can draw in these little dotted lines going from 2 to C, just as the construction. Right, my next step is to go from 2 to 3. Take my true length distance over here from 2 to 3. From 2 to 3, draw an arc. Somewhere along that arc, I'm going to have 3. Do I have a true length distance of C to 3? No, I don't, so I need to take that to the graph. It should be the same as this line 1B, so I take that true length distance over there, take that to C, mark that off. I should have 3 over here. Once I've got that, draw the lines in between 2 and 3, and between C and 3. Once I've got that, well, my next trick is to go from C to D. True length distance from C to D. Go over here, C to D, draw an arc. I need a true length distance from 3 to D. Do I have that? No, I don't. Need to take that, take it to the graph. It should be the same as this true length distance of 2C. Go across. True length distance from 3 to D. There is D. I can draw in a line going from C to D, and I can draw in the little dotted line going from 3 to D. Right, construction. Right, next one, I need to go from 3 to 4. 3 to 4. True length distance between 3 and 4 is that distance. Do I have a true length distance between 4 and D? No, I don't. Need to take that to the graph. I should find it that it's exactly the same as 1B's line. So take that true length distance and mark off where 4 is. So I've got that. I can draw in my lines going from D to 4 and from 3 to 4. Right, once I've got that, I need to go from D to E. Take a true length distance from D to E, go to D over there, mark off, and somewhere along that line I'll have E. Do I have a true length distance from 4 to E? 4 to E, I don't have it, so I need to go to my graph, go over here. Should be the same true length distance as 2C. So there we go. Take that, go to 4, and mark that off, finding point E. Right, once I've got that, I can draw in a line going from D to E, and I can draw in the dotted line going between 4 and E. So I've got that. I need to get a true length distance between 4 and 5. Take the true length between 4 and 5. Extend your pair of compasses. Mark that off. Right. I need a true length distance between 5 and E. I don't have that distance, so I take that measurement, go to my graph. It should be the same as the true length of 1B. So I can take that true length, mark that off, and find 5. I can now draw the lines going from E to 5 and from 4 to 5. Right. I now need the true length distance between E and A. That's that little distance over there. That's a true length over there. Need to go from E to A. Draw a little arc. I need the true length distance between 5 and A. Take that distance from 5 to A. Come over here. Mark that off. Let's draw that in. This is the true length distance between 5 and A. And mark that as 5A. Take that true length distance between 5 and A. There's 0.5 over there. Come over here. Mark that off. I should be able to draw a line going across to point A over there. And I can draw my little dotted line going from 5 to A. Right, once I've got that, I need the true length distance between 1 and 5. Right, there's my true length distance between 1 and 5. Come along here, arc off, and I should have 1 somewhere along that line. I need the true length distance between A and 1. I said that that is parallel, so I come back here, and I know that this length over here is a true length, so 1A over there. I've got A, arc off to find 1 over there. Right, once I've got that, I can now finish this thing off by drawing a line going between A and 1 and 5 and 1. If you've drawn accurately, you should have a 90 degree there and a 90 degree there as well. There you go.